Seems we're live. Can I turn this around like this? Oh yeah, I can. Cool. I think this is better. Nope. This is better. Camera is down there now. All right. Let's get back to seeing me again. Yeah, let's get back to seeing me, my jug. Okay, hey, we got two people. All right, let's spin like a motherfucker. Oh shit, I'm gonna get dizzy. Whoa, fuck. And I just smoked some weed too, so that was not a good idea. Anyway, what's up, guys? How you doing? Show live chat messages. Yeah, let's show that. Show that. Okay, you can show that. All right, guys. I'm very sorry for what happened. My computer is, messing up. It's getting old. It's getting tired. Uh, it just sometimes it just goes off on me like that, and I didn't feel like turning it back on and taking the risk again. So I thought I'd just finish or make another video with my telephone. Um, Unfortunately, I was not able to get back on the same video that I had on the PC and continue from there. But I'm here now. So thank you for tuning in. I hope more people show up. But anyways, I know this is gonna be this video is gonna be saved, so I'm gonna talk nonetheless. Let's just find a good position for this telephone. Okay. Okay, guys, please try to write a message or something because I'm using my phone now and I don't know where the messages go. So I don't know if you guys are actually writing a message or not because I can't see any message. So it would be cool to see if you guys write something. So anyway, let's start talking about our little topic. Let's go to the living room. Hold on, let me go to the living room for a change. My little living room. Okay. Oops. Right. Oh, there you are, Sara Alawi. Hey, Sara Alawi. What's up? Sending me winks and shit. That's cool. All right. So, actually, you know what? Let's just go back to my room because I don't know. It doesn't feel as comfortable here as my room. So let's just go here. Okay. So you guys, thank you for tuning in once again. Let's get down to the main issue, the main topic of this video. Okay, let's not waste any more time. Okay. Yeah, let's just do this. Let's just hold it. So, so like I was saying, religion today is, means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And I know I've been bashing religion for a very long time. And I'm going to stop that. I actually had stopped that before. A lot of people think that I purposely do it just to hurt other people, just to, offend people. I want to make it clear what I'm really about. What I'm really about in terms of all this religion, spirituality stuff. And like I was saying, a lot of people find it to be a contradiction when they see someone bashing religion, against religion, but at the same time is spiritual, but doesn't follow any particular religion. uh, First of all, we have to know what's the difference between religion and spirituality. So, religion is a set of rules and belief systems and rituals uh, which are given to people as a package, okay, with a name, a certain practice, a certain belief system, especially, and a certain God or entity to worship. Uh, when we talk about spirituality, it's not really like religion. It's not a labeled thing. It's a uh, mm, matière première. God, I'm speaking more French than English now. So it's a basis to religion, okay? But it could also exist without religion. Being spiritual, what it really means is realizing that life is not just physical, that there's not only the physical aspect of life. When we say physical, we're also talking about the thoughts and even the emotions, because they're all chemical reactions. Not only chemical reactions, but also chemical reactions. But a lot of people consider chemical reactions as a physical thing. Science also does as a physical thing. And so that's what we mean when we talk about physical. So when we say spiritual, we're actually talking about something beyond what's physical. Um, we're talking about experiencing life beyond physical, something which is not really tangible, not really explained anywhere, but somewhere in your being, somewhere in your life source, you feel you you perceive something which is beyond physical. It could be, many times it's through art, music, or even being in love, very deeply in love, or having a very deep connection with someone or something that we enter into this state. And so that state, we usually refer to it as a spiritual experience. So when we, you would see people who uh mm, who oh, sorry about that, who, so you see people who uh, say that they're spiritual or claim to be spiritual. They're very, very in tune with nature. They love nature so much. They love being around nature. Even in their own home or house, they would have a lot of more natural things than unnatural things, like more wood or more plants here and there, or, their food is more natural, their way of life, even their behavior is more natural. They just talk, say what they have to say. They're. So that's what's being spiritual. That's what it means. So that's the difference between religion and spirituality. And now that this has been established, we can proceed with the topic. I didn't plan this and I don't know where to start, but I know I will start in the right place, like I always do. So, um, every religion, every religion, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, and many more which are not even as famous as the first three, or these five. They all have been presented to people as a belief system, not as a science, as a belief system, as a faith. That's why they're called faiths. Uh, they tell so what they tell people is do this, do that, don't do this, and you'll be good, and God will be good to you, and you're gonna reach heaven, and you're not gonna go to hell. That's it. That's what religion is basically doing with people. It's presented in this particular way. This is the truth. Follow this, and this is the true messenger who brought this message. And if you follow everything in here, or as much as you can, you will be blessed, and you will be taken to heaven, and you will not be, punished. Today's world, people are becoming more mature, more aware. Uh, Such tricks don't work on people today. We're not in the Middle Ages anymore. We're not in prehistory anymore. People are beginning to think more for themselves. You cannot control people anymore with fear, especially with fear of the afterlife. It doesn't work anymore. That's why governments are becoming more and more violent. And even though they are becoming violent, people don't seem to be as afraid as before. People are gaining more confidence and strength, inner strength to change things, come together and change things and do things and be active, which is a very positive thing to see, you know. Uh, Still, there's a lot of people who are still slaves to, um, I don't want to repel anyone by saying this, but just there's a lot of people who are still bound to religion. And it kind of created this uh, two sides. Like one side is against the other side. People who with religious beliefs are pretty much against those without any religious beliefs, and vice versa. So I want to show people that there's something in common between religions and spiritual forms which are not a belief system, which are purely spiritual. And I want to bring the religious and the spiritual back together. The people who are continuously fighting. Oops, sorry about that. I want to bring the people who are continuously fighting over their beliefs and lack thereof together, because actually it's all the same thing. Okay, I've been very interested in this matter of religion and spirituality ever since I was very young, 5, 6, very young. Okay, and I started off, of course. I was always just sitting around in nature, of course, in our garden. I mean, I didn't grow up in the mountains or anything, but we lived in a very decent kind of neighborhood, which was very calm and very full of green, you know, lush nature. We had trees, we had, a field where me and my brother used to play and run, and we had dogs, and it was amazing. It was very, and fruit trees, we would just eat from the trees whenever we felt like it. We were kind of building a tree house. I mean, it was fun. We were always around nature. I would always come back home, full of dirt and with cuts, grass cuts and all that stuff. And then I started getting into Islam because that it was presented to me. Islam was presented to me just like everybody else. Whoops, 0 people. All right. Anyway, let's let's move on. Let's move on. So, this religion, it seems like every religion has a deeper message, which is the basis of its teaching. this same message, which is all over every religion, is, you know, be good to people, don't don't misjudge or don't judge people, don't put down, don't put people down, be careful about what you eat, be aware, feel the unity of the universe, of the world. Everything is connected. I mean, all these things are true. All these things anyone can feel. It's no surprise. And somewhere along the road, religion has become divi, divisive, divided people, because one person believes this, another person believes something which contradicts that, and so on. And of course, it became politicized. It became political, and of course, with politics comes power and war and land and occupation and invasion and all that stuff, and corruption. Wherever there's politics, there's bound to be corruption. This is why religion itself has become corrupt. In fact, Sadhguru says something very nicely. He says, religion is spirituality gone bad. So when spirituality goes bad, just like you have milk and then it goes bad, you leave it outside for a period of time, it goes bad, you can't drink it. That's what happened to spirituality becoming religion. When spirituality is alive, it's not in the form of religion. It's just a spirituality. It's an energy which you can conduct and transmit and transfer to others, and to ignite something in people which makes them see things more clearly, which makes them more aware. You don't you don't you don't fill their minds with belief systems. That's not what spirituality is about. But some people a long time ago thought that it would be a good idea, to not really deal with too many uh, issues about teaching people the science of spirituality. So they just made it as a belief system. Like, oh, as long as people believe this, they're good. You don't have to learn the whole thing of what spirituality is, how to make things happen. Just believe. If you believe, your energies will immediately be directed towards that direction. You don't need to know the, you know, the whole like mechanism of religion or spirituality. And the basic story of Adam and Eve is very symbolic to this, because Adam and Eve were forbidden to eat from the tree of knowledge. Like, it was actually forbidden for them. So-called God in the Bible and the Quran didn't want his children, or his human creation, to get this knowledge. In spirituality is a knowledge. Spirituality is a science. You have to know the mechanism of it. God didn't want that. God just wanted them to believe, and that's it. Don't get knowledge. Don't become wise. When they did eat from the fruit of knowledge, he threw them out of the garden. Now, a lot of stories are circulating around that story. You know, some say it's aliens, some say it's actual fact, some say it's just a story. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Nobody can really verify it today. But whatever it is, we know that in religion, they, whoever they is, don't want people to know the mechanics, the mechanism of spiritual process. They just want them to obey and believe. It's funny because if you believe to a certain degree, you can make it spiritually. You can make it. Things do start happening to you. This is why people who believe in God and in the religious texts very strongly, very intimately, things actually do start happening to them in their lives. They actually start to see changes the way they want. They actually start to see manifestations of their prayers becoming true. This is actually true. Does this mean that God exists? That God is really responding to those people? See, what we consider to be God is just our own making of. It's just our own interpretation. You know. Does that mean that there is no higher force? No, that would be a wrong conclusion too. Of course, we are here in the human form. We did not make this body. We are not making the earth go round. We are not making the anything happen in existence. Nothing. Even our heart is beating on its own. Even food is digested on its own. Even breathing happens on its own. Seeing happens on its own. All we have to do is open our eyes and we can see, as long as we're not blind or with uh, eye problems like me. Okay, so uh, so religion was is very easily used to mislead people, very easily used to manipulate people because you can make people believe when you make someone believe in something, when you're able to make someone believe in something, when someone is willing to believe in something, it becomes dangerous because a belief always blinds you. A belief always blinds you. No matter what you believe, it blinds you. Because what belief means, what belief is, what it means actually is that you have chosen to accept a pre made idea about something. That's what belief is. If I told you over and over again, or I made you believe that this little finger is the devil, whenever you would see this little finger, you would think that the devil came to do some harm to you. All kinds of emotions will start happening inside of you just because you've accepted to believe something that me or someone else made you believe. You are not able to see this little finger as what it is, just a little finger. You are not able to see this anymore as what it really is. So I'm just taking this little example, but religion has done this on a bigger scale. It made people see the world and so many things of the world as what they are really not. Religion has made people see women as the devil. What religion has made people see black people as inferior. Religion has made people to see animals as just a tool for humans to use, just as a gift from God, and that we own them, and that we own everything on the land, and these animals have been created for us. Religion has made people see so many things which are not real, which are not from reality. Uh, this is the problem. Religion is very easily manipulated. On one side, it's a liberating tool for spiritual process. On the other side, it's a very corrupt system which exploits people from their inner from from the inside. So, religion has become like this. But at the same time, in religion, we see bits and pieces of the same spiritual science. It exists in religion. Um, so I'm saying that religion could be false, but it has a lot of truth also. It's not all true. Most of the things in it is not true, which has been verified, but it also depends on how you interpret everything. When Islam says that we are all born Muslims, that being a Muslim is our nature, they're not talking about Muslim as in the religious sense, because being a Muslim can mean two things. Muslim scholars and imams never make the distinction between these two meanings of the word Muslim. Muslim in Arabic means one who submits his will unto the Creator. And another significance is someone who belongs to the religion of Islam, which is an organized religion. Once it becomes an organized religion, it is no longer um, a spiritual process because you have contained it now. You're trying to contain it. When they say that we are all born Muslim, what they're talking about is we are all born submitting to the will of the Creator. That it ends there. Religion, Islam as a religion, goes further to say that, and our will to the Creator is to follow this religion of Islam, which is a very cunning way to bring more people into a religion. It's politics. It's politics. It has nothing to do with spirituality. If any true spiritual process is never political. It is never political. By political, we mean trying to bring more and more followers to you. By political, we mean making ourselves seem right and everyone else wrong. That's political. That's being political. Being corrupt, misusing language, twisting the meaning of things, not being consistent. All these things are uh, of politics. Oh my God, it's getting cold. So, hold on. Sorry, let me just close this. Go. So as I was saying, uh, religion has a basis, which is a spiritual basis, which has been killed, almost killed, in the process of being killed by all the other stuff that's going on in religion, the whole political aspect of religion, the whole belief system of religion. I say let's come together as one people. Put down your differences. Every religion is saying that the Creator is everywhere, that God is everywhere. Then what are we fighting about? We are giving more attention to um, we are giving more attention to the things that divide us than to the things that bring us together. If God is everywhere, if the creator is everywhere, wouldn't that creator be in every other religion too? Wouldn't my if if I'm a Muslim and I believe in Allah and I believe that Allah is everywhere, wouldn't I believe that Allah is even in Christianity, in Buddhism, and in the trees, in the mountains, in the sky, and on under the earth, everywhere, in the ocean, in me, in people, in animals? What makes me where did I get this idea that God is everywhere, but he's one person or one entity and he's sitting somewhere looking at us? It's a contradiction. The minute you say that God is everywhere, then you're not talking about this or that. You're talking about the whole. You're talking about the whole because the whole, something unlimited can only be everywhere or nowhere. Both are true. Everywhere is unlimited, nowhere is also unlimited, which brings us to a very interesting point. Those who say that God is nowhere, that doesn't exist, at the same time, they are recognizing the unlimitedness of the Creator. Even if they don't mean to, but they are. I used to be one of these people. I used to be one of these people. I used to say that the Creator doesn't exist. He's nowhere. Once you say nowhere, you're talking about the infinite dimension because nowhere is everywhere and everywhere is nowhere. You know what I mean? just, yeah. Let's just close this. Let's do this. Okay. All right. So if we take this in this context, all our religious divisions would go down, and this is very needed in this world because people, for some time now, there has been this, this divide between people of religion and people of no religion. Each one is fighting the other. And it's a shame because we're all human beings. It doesn't matter what we believe in, reality is still intact. People, I don't know what's wrong with people. They think that if I believe in something, that means that the world is gonna change according to my beliefs. Whether you believe in something or don't believe in anything, the world does not change. You think the world changes because you believe something different, but actually everything stays the same. It is only your thoughts that change. It is only your beliefs, your visions that change. That doesn't mean the world changed. That doesn't mean God changed. That doesn't mean the God that you believe in is the one that really exists. No, that's just your belief. Everything is already the way it is. If there is a creator, he was here before, or she was here, or they were here before we were, and they will be here before after we go, and they are not obliged to follow your beliefs. If you believe their name is Allah, they may not be called Allah. They may be called something else. We don't know. See, that's what belief does. It blinds people. This is why more and more people, even Muslims, even people who follow Islam, there's many ways to follow the same religion. So I'm not telling people don't follow Islam, don't follow Christianity. I used to, but I don't do it anymore because you can actually find a true spiritual uh, process, even in Islam, even in Christianity, in any religion, and even outside of religion. The you know, it's just that the danger with religion is its belief system, which will blind you. Because once you start giving your heart to a particular religion, without even knowing it, you start to accept those belief systems. And belief systems are always dangerous because it's actually because they make you so dead sure about something that you don't know, that's not in your experience, just out of love for that God or that religion, you are willing to compromise your own intelligence and accept. whatever they're claiming as truth. That's wrong. Any true spiritual process or true spiritual teaching will always discourage you to believe in anything. Let me repeat that. Any true spiritual process or any true spiritual practice will always, always discourage you, not encourage you, discourage you to follow or to believe in anything. The minute it sees that you're believing in something, it will say, don't believe in it. Experience it. Go find out if it's there. Even religion, even the prophets, the so called prophets, have always done this. Uh, it would be like, it's okay, you don't have to believe in me, but go seek for yourself and you will see. But it's just that people are taking it in the wrong way. People have been taking it in a very cunning way. Um, so it's not about hating religion or not hating religion. Religion, the foundation of religion, the the underlying the the heart of religion is a good one, but it has so many disadvantages which can easily turn against you because of its belief system, because of its political aspect, because of so many things. Why can't we just take life as life? Why can't life be the religion? Everyone on earth shares this same religion, which is life. Humans, animals, plants, uh, you know, natural resources, nature, like water and air and earth and everything, fire. We all share life. Even the sun is alive. I mean, come on. You can't get more alive than that. We're all sharing life. Even the sun is sharing this life that we are, that's animating us. Anything that is animated is alive. It has life. There's just life. It's just on different levels, human level, animal level. Why can't this be our religion, our way of life? That's how it was. You see, we were created perfect, even though I don't like to use this word perfect, but we everything was created perfectly from the beginning. Right now, someone, somewhere, some individuals somewhere are using this against us without us even knowing. I mean, when you're when you connect to life as an energy, you know, not life in the aspect in the abstract sense, but life as an energy, as a life force within us and everywhere. When you get in touch with that, you automatically know how to live. You automatically know how to be within yourself. You don't need any teaching from anywhere. You don't need any religion. You don't need any guru. You don't need anyone to show you the way. It is only when you are lost, when you don't know where to turn, that you need guidance and you seek guidance. But that guidance, only true guidance, will guide you to yourself again. And those who exploit ex- those those teachings, or those people who exploit people, they always go after the lost ones and take advantage of them. No, today humanity is not that stupid. We are not letting that happen to us, but still, there's a lot of other people who are letting that happen, and it's not just on a religious level, it's on every level. Social levels, political levels. There's too many too many division, so much division, and it's uh, it's just taking a toll on humanity and on the planet as a whole. We can't let this happen, dude. We we're all living on this planet. Not I'm not just talking about humans. Everybody, insects and animals and plants and everybody, everything. This is the religion, the only religion, the only way of life, the only spirituality is life. Is life itself. Life is sufficient unto itself. Somewhere along the way, they made us believe, or they made you and me believe, that it's not sufficient. Well, they're the ones who said that we're all born Muslim, so what's their problem? If we're all born Muslim, then leave us alone. Let us be natural. Let's be in tune with the Creator. Whether you think the Creator is someone, whether you think the Creator is just intelligence, whether you think the Creator is science, it's all the same thing, expressed in different ways, approached in different ways. That's all. It's all the same thing. And so let's just get down to that level, the basic level, which is life. Life. If you get away from that principle of life, it doesn't matter how many books on religion you read, how many times you pray during the day. Just look at the Saudis. Just look at the Saudis and all those Arabs in that part of the world, mostly in that part of the world. They're all Muslims, but they're all eating fast food, junk food. Just look at the way they're living. No physical exercise, no healthy diet, no healthy way of life, not even a healthy way of thinking, of course, because you can't think healthy when you eat unhealthy. That's impossible. I mean, just look at them. And they claim that they're Muslim, and they claim that they're people of God, and oh, we believe in Allah, and dude, you're eating McDonald's, man. What are you talking about? What do you mean you believe in Allah? You're eating junk food, you're eating trash, and you think that's halal? Let me tell you something about halal. Halal. Halal does not mean not eating pork and not eating what else? Not eating pork and not yeah. This not eating something which has not been killed the right way, blessed and stuff. Let me tell you what halal really is. Halal halal actually is. Hey guys, thank you for the let me tell you what halal really is. Halal is ital, organic food. Rasta say ital. Ital means vital. Vital means food which is living. It's full of life energy. Everybody is ridiculing Rasta, calling them just, lazy people who just smoke all day. Rastas are prophets. Rastas are highly spiritual. There's so many movements which have been created in the world, which are continuing that same true Islam, not the Islam as a organized religion, but as a principle of life. Islam in the sense of submission to the whole, submission to the Creator. That Islam is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about praying 5 times a day, believing in this and that, saying Allahu Akbar. No, that's cultural. That's Arab culture. And I'm Arab, okay, so I'm saying this and it's true. I'm not just okay. That Islam is no longer in Islam. Is no longer in the religion of Islam. That Islam, you're gonna find it in Rasta, you're gonna find it in Buddhism, you're gonna find it in some other things, but it's no longer in Islam. religions are like a house, and the essence of the teaching of that religion is like the owner of the house or the people who live in the house. Well, that house called Islam doesn't have anybody living in there for a very long time. Actually, it does, but not its original owners. It has thieves. Ali Baba and the 40 thieves are living in the house of Islam today. It's not the true Muslims that innocent people around the world have always loved and cherished. True Muslims, which are actually true enlightened beings of this world, are found today in Buddhism, in Rasta, in everywhere actually, anywhere. It doesn't have to be on just these two, anywhere. But Rasta, no halal better than Muslims. Yogis, no halal better than Muslims. A yogi would not eat food after it's been cooked and after an hour and a half has passed. They would not eat the food. They would only eat cooked food if it's before an hour and a half. If it's after an hour and a half, yogis consider that food to be dead. It should not enter the human body. They would rather go eat something raw, which is live, living, ital, vital, halal. But these Muslims that we have on today, man, they're taking their children to McDonald's, just because they claim the McDonald's claims that they have halal meat just because it's been blessed and slaughtered in a certain way. There's no halal in the Muslim food of today. There's no halal. We're eating the most unhealthy food on the planet today. Arabs and Muslims have the worst diet in the world today. Actually, no, let me take that back. They have the second worst diet. Americans have the worst diet. But we are taking Americans as an example. A lot of Arabs have an inferiority complex. A lot of Arabs today are not really Arab. They don't have anything to do with who the ancient Arabs were. Let me tell you guys something about me. I have, I don't believe in any Islam anymore, any religion, so called uh, re- organized religion anymore since I was 12, but I have always lived as the ancient Arabs lived. You can see I rarely remove my beard. I let my hair grow. I even pierced my ears, which is also a ancient Arab tradition. I eat only what is homemade, and I've been a vegetarian and then a vegan for more than 10 years now. I Whenever I walk on the street and I see a dead animal lying there on the street, wherever I'm going, as long as I'm not really in a hurry to something important, I would stop, I would find a rock or use my bare hands, and I would uh, dig a hole and I would bury that animal and I would put him back in the earth where the animal belongs. And I would bow down to it as uh, because there used to be life in that body, and every life comes from the source of life, which is the creator of this universe. How many Muslims do you know have this kind of practice? I've been doing this ever since I can remember. This is not something I picked up from a book. This is not something my parents taught me. This is not something that nobody has taught me. I've been doing this ever since my first pet died. Our turtle, which we had just in the garden. It was not really a pet, like it was just in the garden. And I was very young. I was maybe 7 or 8. I buried that turtle. From then, Whenever I see an animal, I even buried like big dogs, which were dead on the street, and it was raining, and I would just dig, and everybody would pass by and think I'm crazy. All these so-called Muslims would pass by and think I'm crazy because they see me with all this hair and beard. I'm just digging with my bare hands, and they're like, "Oh, why is this guy making him, you know, getting himself dirty like this?" People don't know. People are not Muslims anymore. People carry Islam today as a label. They carry Islam today as a belief system. They are not carrying Islam as that, as the true meaning of the word. The true meaning of the word being submitting to the will of the Creator. Don't give an interpretation to that Creator. Every religion does that mistake, makes that mistake. Oh, we believe in our Creator whose name is Allah and created the world in 6 days and so, and sent Muhammad and sent this guy and sent that guy. And if you don't believe in this, you'll go to hell. Come on, man. At least don't say if you don't believe in this, you'll go to hell. At least. Why are you dividing people? The Creator is everywhere. Why are you dividing people? If the Creator was just with your people, divide. But the Creator is limitless. If you say that, if you're dividing people, that's the biggest insult for to the Creator, because you're telling the Creator, "Oh, I believe in you, that you're everywhere, but actually you're not where my enemies are. You're not where those people are who believe otherwise. You're not there." It's kind of like you're saying to God that you're not really unlimited. So who's the real Muslims? Who's the real spiritual people after hearing what I said? It's not you. It's not you who prays 5 times a day. It's not you who thinks he's a Muslim because he or she believes whatever is in the Quran. Nature is the original Quran. Mountains and trees and this body itself is the original Quran. Do you know anything about your body? You who says that you have read the whole Quran and that you know the whole Quran by heart. Do you know anything about your body, about your mind, about what kind of food you have to eat, about how you should live, about your relation with nature? All these religious people, most of them, condemn nature as a creation of God. They condemn nature as a creation of God. Dude, nature is you. Where do you think your body came from? Where do you think your body comes from? Your body comes from the food you eat, grown from the earth. Even your religion says that we have created you from clay. By clay, they mean earth. The earth that comes from the ground. That's everywhere. Earth, which makes up 1/3 of the whole planet. Your body is made of water. 2/3 of water is your body. Your body is also made of air, fire, and then ether or akash. Your body is made of these things which are found everywhere around you. Your mind is just information bouncing off of other people's minds. You read something, you put it in here, you think it's true. Don't think it's true. Just put it in here. It's okay. But stay aware. Don't have firm beliefs about something you read. Life is made to be lived. Life is made to be experienced. Don't ever make the mistake of replacing life experience with mere information that you have heard or read. Whoever told you that information, even though even if it's the person you love the most, you believe in the most, always keep an open mind that this information is not yet my experience. If it is your experience, that's good. It's okay. But don't make it into a belief and don't encourage other people to believe. Rather, encourage them to live and experience the thing itself. Only then they will know. Only then their knowledge will be genuine. If you believe in something which you don't know, because you can only believe in something that you don't know. When you know something, you know it. You have no reason to believe in it anymore. Everyone knows that the sun exists. Everyone knows that the moon exists. Do we have to believe that the moon exists, that the sun exists? No. The need to believe that the sun exists does not exist anymore. It's not necessary anymore. Because we know that they exist. We see them, we feel them. The sunshine hits the sun every day. You can only believe what you don't know. So put down your beliefs, please. Stop being so overly sensitive about your beliefs. Putting down your beliefs is the most spiritual thing you will do in this life. Because once you put down your beliefs, then the possibility of knowing arises. Don't think that you will be taken away from God, or that this is the devil tempting you. No, all of those are beliefs and fears, and I know that it's hard to get rid of them, and they're compulsive. I got rid of them from a very young age, so it's very easy for me. But I understand that not everyone, it's not easy for everyone. I understand. I'm not making fun of you. I know it's a serious thing. And this thing that we ridicule the whole time, which is, people's beliefs and all that, they have done so much damage in the world. These beliefs, through people who really believe in them firmly and are ready to fight and kill for them. So let's all come together and let us see beyond what our religion describes as God or as the creator. Let's see beyond that. Let's see religion as a cultural thing. Religion is a cultural attempt to define the creator or the source of life or whatever you want to call it. It's better you call it the source of life or the creator. Don't give it a name like Allah or Jesus. Please don't do that. Because then you will it's very easy to fall down to you know in the same you it'll be easy to fall down, fall again, fall back in the same mistake. You see? So what was I gonna say? Um yeah. Mm, sorry, my thumb there. So my damn, what was I gonna say? um, so this is just that's all it is. Life is sufficient unto itself. This the biggest conspiracy has been that we are not sufficient unto ourselves. We need a religion, we need a belief system, we need a God to worship, we need a prayer. We need to learn this from outside, from somewhere, and then they come with the Bible, then they come with the Quran, and then they come with all these things. Thank you, Brother Day. Thank you. They come with all these things, and they say, oh, here, to be complete, you need to believe in this. No, you don't need to believe in anything, because you will spend a lifetime in that religion, and at the end, you will just realize that, oh, this religion is just pointing to this thing that I've been born with already. And it took me for a long ride through guilt and fear and greed and fear of the devil, fear of hell, the greed of paradise, the greed of, good deeds and all that stuff. Um, you know, um, life is sufficient unto itself. Just live life. Just be in tune with life. When we say life, we're talking about the natural world. Okay? Natural life, nature, anything natural. Just be natural, please. Just, you don't live in the forest, it's okay. Just go to a garden. Just sit under a tree. Just touch a tree. Just plant a tree. Uh, touch the grass. Just go touch the water. Swim in the water. Go out in the rain. Stand in the sunshine. Just be in tune with what's happening when you're there. Don't take these things for granted, man. If that sun didn't shine on this earth within 8 hours, scientists say within 8 hours, every life form on earth, except for certain bacteria, will cease to exist within 8 hours. Dude, don't take the sunshine for granted, man. Don't take it for granted. If you stand in the sun, that's the biggest. If you're doing that consciously, if you're standing in the sun or sitting in the sun, and you just merge with that energy, that's the best, the biggest prayer that you could do. If you're in the ocean or in the under the rain or in a lake or wherever in a water body of water, just merge with that water. Two-thirds of you is made up of water. You can merge with that water. If you do, if you allow yourself to enter into that dimension where you don't create a division between you and the water, and you feel the interaction between you and that water, that's the best prayer you could do. If you merge with the earth, a lot of people are taking mud baths and stuff. They know the benefits of that. Or they bury themselves in the sand and in the desert, or. So it has a lot of health benefits, but also has a very strong spiritual elevation too. That also could be used as the best meditation or best prayer. You see, but people are just, beliefs make your ego stronger. Spirituality is supposed to be going beyond the ego, but belief is anchoring you harder in your ego, because then it's my beliefs, because then it's what I believe, and you have to respect what I believe and don't offend me and my God and my religion. You see what I'm saying? What's spiritual about that? Please tell me. What's spiritual about that? There's nothing spiritual about that. Therefore, those who have always been in tune with the workings of existence have never held any belief system whatsoever. In the East, they call these people Buddhas. In other parts, they call them saints or whatever. Whatever they're called. This is not to create a division. This is just general information. But that's our true nature as human beings all over the world. We're all made this way. We have come with this capacity to really see things as they are. When you see things as they are, you're already in tune with the Creator. You don't have to believe in the Creator to be in tune with the Creator. You know that this body has not been made by you. You know that everything around you has not been made by you or by any other human being or by any other living being on this planet. Isn't that enough to make you humble and to try to connect with something greater than you? That's all religion is, in the basic teaching of religion. That's all it is. And that's all spirituality is. And that's all what our instincts tell us. People going around, uh, debating, are we is a belief in God a genetic disposition because we need it or whatever? Come on, man. No, that's being ridiculous. You're being ridiculous. They're just twisting the whole thing. We don't need to believe in God. That's the point. We don't need to believe in God. It's like a fish being born in the sea and some other fishes debating, oh, fish have a predisposition to believe in the ocean because they need that belief. They don't need that belief. A fish can believe in nothing, whatever it wants or doesn't want. It's still it's still a part of the ocean. It's still in the ocean, living. It's not dead. Your belief doesn't make you more alive or more dead. Actually, it does make you more dead because it makes you blind. It closes you. Human beings don't need to believe that there's something called oxygen in order to be able to breathe and live from this oxygen. You see what I'm saying? Belief does not change reality. Belief just changes your psyche, your psychological states. That's it. Your psychological state is your own created world. There is another world which is the real world, which can be verified by anybody. Because what goes on in your mind, it goes on only in your mind unless you share it. But what already exists no matter what the content of your mind is. You can believe that you can believe whatever you want. It doesn't change anything in reality. It doesn't change anything in nature. See, this is the world. The world itself is the world. The existence itself is the world which we have to connect to. And there is a spiritual aspect to it too. It's not all about, it's not just all about, um, oh, you think God is the tree and the mountain. No, that's not the point. That's not the point. The natural world is the physical manifestation of the spiritual world. It's just the physical, because, in this world that we call the physical world, it can only exist with dualities. Life on earth does not happen if there's no night and day, if there's no sun and moon. If there was no moon, you would not have, women would not, or females would not have the menstrual cycle, which is the basis of giving birth to other life. In fact, there won't be any women or men for that matter if there was no moon. You know, we won't have life if there was no male or female. So the physical world is based on dualities. When we talk about nature, we're not talking about one aspect, which is the physical aspect of nature. We're talking about the life force, which is, I mean, that tree is alive, man. What do you think? It was a seed and it grew into this huge tree that you can't even climb, feeding you all sorts of fruits, and all kinds of animals live on it, in it, under it. That's a living tree, man. Just like me and you. It doesn't move like us, doesn't talk like us, doesn't behave like us, but it's there. It can feel your presence. And if you're sensitive enough, you can feel its presence and its energy. And you can even communicate to a certain degree with that tree or that living entity. So, nature is the original scripture, as I always like to say. Get back to nature. And for those who are a little stuck in religion, don't see nature as just a creation of God. It is the physical manifestation of God. I like to say that trees are the fingers of God. Don't take offense if I talk like this. I'm not trying to put anyone down. Please don't misunderstand me. And don't take things too personally too, religious people. Life is a limited space. We all are gonna die one day. We're all here on this planet just as passengers. We're passengers here, man. Don't take life too seriously. Don't take things too seriously, or you will miss so much beauty, so much life. The worst thing you can do on this planet is take things too seriously. That's when you start to get depressed. That's when you start to, you know, become destructive to yourself and to others. I mean, we have to be completely involved with what we're doing, completely involved with life. But that does not mean that we have to be dead serious about it. We could do one and not do the other, you know? Just we can be fully here, present, really care about everything, take care of everything, but not take things too seriously. That's possible, and that's actually what's necessary. We don't need to be either I take everything too seriously, or I just commit suicide, or I just commit suicide, or I just don't care about anything, and I just become like I don't care about anything anymore, and I'm just like careless and care. No, both are not good. Be completely involved with something. Don't be careless and not getting yourself involved with life or anything. Be completely involved. You are life. You are a part of life. How can you not be involved with life? But don't take things too seriously. One day we're all gonna leave this body, this life, you know? Just have a good time. Take care of each other because entities are individual, but life is not individual. Life is everywhere. Isn't that what we were referring to earlier on as the creator? This energy, this source of life, this life itself, it's everywhere. And practices like yoga and meditation and all these things which are becoming such a trend today, they point towards that. They show you methods and techniques to how you can connect to that source of life. That's why more and more people are seeing that they don't need religion anymore. Their biggest fear from religion was that, oh, I'm going to be disconnected with God. Now they found a way to get really connected with God without even going through all those belief systems anymore and priests and rabbis and imams and all that bullshit. It's bullshit, okay? It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. Life does not need any intermediate uh, middleman. You don't need a middleman to breathe. You don't need a middleman to eat. No one can eat in in your place and then you will get full from that food that they eat. You don't need a middleman to do anything, sleep, live. You can't. So where did people get this idea that they needed a middleman to get in touch with the divine, with the creator? These people have been tricking humanity for too long. So Muslims, if you want to stay Muslim, it's fine. Just evolve your interpretation of what Islam really is. Christians, you can be Christians if you want. I'm not fighting you being Christians. Just evolve your perception of Christianity or the Christ or Jesus, just evolve it to something more meaningful, to something more real. Because all these religions, no matter how corrupt they have become today, they're, the basis of all these religions was a good one. they were trying to show people that, hey, there's something beyond all this. Let's get to know that which is beyond all this. Okay? So you can keep your religion, that's fine. Because people get very defensive when their religion and belief systems are being threatened. No, I'm not here to threaten anybody. I'm not here to insult anybody. I've had my fun doing that for a while. But even that kind of fun was not really with the intention to hurt anyone or put anyone down. It was just an effort to make people think more or see things closer, realize things behind the words, behind what you see. That's all. I've never been someone who was for destruction of anyone or anything. So don't take my words of offense as an attack on you personally. I am just pushing you. That's just my way of creating a little shock in people just to help them see things differently. I'm not attacking anybody. So let's just all get together as life. Let's just get back with ourselves, with our source of life. Get more natural. Everybody's is understanding this more and more these days. Let's just get more in tune with this. That's all. Sorry, let me just put this down because I feel like smoking some plants here, which is my natural right, no matter what the government or laws say. But it's my right and everybody's right to use whatever grows from the earth for your personal use. That's nobody's business to tell you otherwise. So, thank you for hanging out with me. As few as you were, I appreciate your presence nonetheless. It's good that I'm going to start making more live videos now. Kind of like it. Actually, even my other videos are kind of like live videos. They're just not live. They're not edited or anything. So it's kind of like this. So let's just keep it like this. Let's keep it real, spontaneous, and natural. Because nature is the only way. And that's the true Islam. That's the true Buddhism. That's the true message of Christ. That's the true everything. Because that's the basis of everything. Life. Even God in the Quran, one of the attributes of the names of God is life, or the live one, the living one, al-hayy, because life comes from that we refer to as God. And so I'm not using the word God too much because this word has been dirtied. It has become dirty, corrupt. But we're still talking about the essence of that word, or that thing, or that, the nature of that thing, without referring to the whole um, sorry, I'm losing my words. It's a little late here, that's why. Without referring to the interpretations given to us or made up by our minds, just trying to connect our perception with what really is, with what really exists, without our beliefs kind of act like a middleman for for our perception, for our awareness. And that's wrong. Our awareness has to be clear. From this being to reality. No middleman, no belief in between, which will distort your vision of reality. It's as simple as that. And that's what will make you into a true human being. That's what will make you into a true devotee of the Creator. That's what will make you into a true religious person. That's what will make you into a righteous being. It's positive from all angles. So thank you very much for watching my video. I'm gonna end it now, and I'm just gonna figure out how to end this because it's my first time. I see an X. Don't know if I should press that X, but afraid if I press it, everything's gonna go away. But I think that's my only option, so I'm just gonna do that. All right, guys. See you guys in the next video. I'm gonna be hitting you guys with more topics like this and different other topics, also having fun and stuff and just talking about stuff in general. Thank you, Brother Day. Yeah, my man. Thank you. Thank you. Peace, brother. Peace. All right, guys. Peace out.